like I was saying to you off camera, I'm not a lucky guy.
On his journey home, a lorry has basically took out the front end of the Hyundai.
And it's changed my whole attitude to driving.
So, Richard, you're back on the channel.
Back on the channel.
What are the chances of this? So, obviously, this has never happened. Once a winner's won a car, that's the end of the story usually. That's the end of the chapter for that car, then we're on to the next one.
Yeah, indeed.
But with Richard in particular, the story had to continue, didn't it? And you know what? Everyone absolutely loved you in that video. Like the comments were like quite overwhelming, I think, for you, weren't they?
Yeah, unbelievable.
It was,
and massive thank you. You know, such support.
So we're here today. We've come to your house today.
Yes,
yeah.
Yeah.
And in fact, before we talk about the Hyundai situation, let's talk about your love for Volvos again. Yeah.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
On the day of filming, when you come to collect the Hyundai,
yeah,
we went through your V8 Volvo, yeah?
That's right, yeah.
Which was, again, everyone loved that in the comments. Everyone was like, wow, what a unique car. It's obviously Polestar blue, V8 under the bonnet.
And wheels.
Yeah, the wheels. But in that video, you briefly mentioned that you've got another Volvo, because you're just a Volvo nut.
Yeah.
But hold on, how many Volvos did you say you've owned in total?
So far?
Yeah.
It's probably so far, because you never know when things might change. 52.
52 Volvos. So you're a proper Volvo nut, ain't you? You're in Volvo forums.
Could say.
This thing here is your 850R, yeah?
It's a T5R, so that makes it a little bit different just from an R.
Okay.
The R's came after the T5R.
Okay.
So this was like an experiment almost for Volvo to see whether there was a market for a sort of high performance or higher performance Volvo saloon at first, and then the estate came a little bit after.
So this one in particular, how long you had this car for?
I've had it nearly 5 years.
Oh, you've had it a while then?
Had it a while now.
And then you've done some bits under the bonnet as well?
A little bit.
Is it done yet, or is it one of them projects, bit like my touring, the never-ending story?
It's done, but I'm sort of on the limits of the factory engine, and I don't want to be running a car on the limit. So I've got plans to hopefully have a forged engine.
It's going to cost a fortune, isn't it?
It's going to cost a bit, but I plan to do it over time, so hopefully it won't feel the pinch too much, you know. Yeah,
okay, so prior to winning the Hyundai, you were daily drive. Which car were you daily driving then?
I was in the S80.
Okay.
Yeah, so in the S80, that's now been abandoned.
It's now been abandoned, so the plan was to daily drive the Hyundai, yeah?
That's right.
And literally on the journey home, everyone knows, you had an accident. We'll talk about that shortly.
Yeah.
I've just done the same journey, and between Milton Keynes and where we are here, we've got the A5 that links us, and we've got the M1 that links us.
That's right.
You can go either or, can't you?
That's right, yeah.
Which direction did you choose to go down?
Well, on the way back, we ended up coming down the M1.
Okay.
But that wasn't my original plan. I had my friend come with me on the day to collect the Hyundai. And I wanted to go and have something to eat because it was lunchtime. So we went and had something to eat, put in on the sat-nav then to come home, and it sort of directed us down the M1, but that wasn't the original plan, like I say, because I would have rather just gone straight down the A5.
Okay, and then that took you over a series of roundabouts, which I've just probably been over the same series of roundabouts.
Yeah, coming off the M1 to then rejoin back up to the A5. It sort of loops around.
Okay.
That's where the incident happened, unfortunately.
How annoying. So this was your first journey ever in the car, yeah? We've done a video, obviously that was your first journey then, but your first actual drive of the car on your own, on your journey home, after winning it for free, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're super excited, you're looking forward to getting home, to showing your family the car. You even told me, I can't wait to get home, my family are waiting for me, they want to see the car. You were super happy as well, like the gratitude, I could feel it was radiating from you. And that happened on the, so let's talk through what actually happened. So you're approaching a roundabout.
I was pretty much alongside a wagon already, a lorry already, articulated lorry. He's in the left lane, I'm in the right lane, so I'm in the overtaking lane. The roundabouts down where the incident happened are designed for Arctic trucks. So they're designed so you can have two Arctic trucks go round at the same time, because it's a massive freight terminal down there. Okay. Daventry. We've entered the roundabout, and within the space of 15 or 20, well, about 20 metres, the lorry's gone from being on my left side to literally being in front of the car.
No way.
I could see what was about to happen, slammed the anchors on, because there was nowhere I could go.
Yeah.
It was too late, and he's ended up then hitting the car and pushing the car into the roundabout.
What a nightmare. What a bloody nightmare.
And when it did actually happen, I just sat there for about a minute, and I was just looking forward, and I thought, you know what, it's just my luck.
You actually mentioned in the video, one of the things was, you're not a lucky. You actually said you're not a lucky person.
And like I was saying to you off camera, I'm not a lucky guy, you know.
But you'd won the car for free, but then that happened on your journey home.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm massively lucky for the family and the friends that I've got. That's what I mean. I'm massively lucky in that respect. 100%, wouldn't change anything for that.
That's amazing. But
when it comes to stuff like winning stuff or partaking in raffles, that sort of thing, having a bit of luck on those things, I'm just not. Everything for me is work. It's usually 2 steps forward and 1 step back.
Yeah.
And hindsight,
blimey.
This is 2 massive steps forward, but it's a huge step back as well at the same time.
So, and at that point you called me and you said, Calvin, you wouldn't believe it. And as soon as you said you wouldn't believe what's happened, well, firstly I was like, are you all right, Richard?
Yeah, of course.
And you was absolutely fine, which that's the biggest priority, is make sure you were all right.
Yeah.
The car clearly wasn't all right, and you was like, the tone of your voice, you was devastated. I could tell you was absolutely gutted.
Absolutely.
So, and at that point in time, you was under the impression that the lorry driver was uninsured.
Yeah, because did a motor insurance MOD check online, and it comes back. It still shows now that it's not insured on the registration.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So
that's gut wrenching.
That's a nightmare.
Absolutely gut, especially when, like, I'd never drive a car on the road. You know, these days with no insurance, you just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
It's not worth the risk. And thank God, you know, I'm that sort of person that, obviously I know you wouldn't let the car come out without insurance anyway, but the car was insured.
We spoke about it before. I always say, make sure you get your tax insured before you drive out, which you've done.
Even the mod declared, you know, for the tuning, that's declared on the insurance. You've got to make sure you do these things.
Yeah.
Do due diligence,
of course.
To make sure.
So there was also a few comments to say it was your fault. It could have been your fault.
Yeah.
Was that in your mind as well? Like
100%.
You 100% knew that.
100%
it was clearly obvious that this.
Yeah.
So you've got this driver that was potentially uninsured.
Yeah.
But you're trying to debate that it's clearly his fault.
That's right.
And your car that you just won is now smashed up on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Was it drivable at that point?
Yeah, I managed luckily to be able to drive it home. Right, and there's something there that I want to add. I've been driving cars on the road for 24 years.
Yeah.
I'm also a professional licence holder, so I can drive buses.
Oh, really?
So I have the responsibility of up to 100 plus passengers on a bus.
Blimey.
So I hold that licence. And I know for 100% in my mind that if he wanted to stagger at that roundabout, he would have needed to have made sure he checked his blind spots indicated in good time.
Yeah.
Then moved in between the 2 lanes, so you're basically blocking the whole road, and then proceed to stagger across the roundabout. So that wasn't the case. He didn't do that at all.
He could have done that, and he didn't.
Yeah. What it comes down to is he hasn't looked, in my opinion, he hasn't looked over his shoulder when he wanted to move over to the right. I didn't see any indication at all, because I'm basically at where his driver's door is.
Yeah.
I had no chance. I literally had no chance.
That is annoying. So the car was already Cat S.
Yes.
And at this point, you believe this likely to be Cat S again?
It was just pure disbelief. And I'll be honest with you, it's changed the way that I'm driving on the road since.
Really?
I'm quite nervous now.
Oh, what?
And I'm a confident person when it comes to doing things with cars, you know, on track. So I've driven on track as well before quite a bit. And it's changed my whole attitude to driving.
Oh, that's sad, man. That's annoying.
Yeah. It's mad. It's crazy, really. You know, something that can affect you like that.
Yeah, of course it can. But I suppose it sort of installs a bit of anxiety because you don't know what's going to. Like, that's the reality.
You don't know.
You don't know what's going to.
You don't know, because 1 second everything can be fine. You're living life and you're enjoying yourself. You're enjoying the moment, like I was.
Yeah.
You know, of having a new car that I've won for free.
Yeah.
And within 20 metres, a blink of an eye, that's been taken away from me.
Man. Well, hopefully that goes away.
Yes.
In time. So the car's now here. You've since spoke to the insurance company.
Yep.
You're then under the impression that potentially, so we've got this uninsured lorry driver, you've got your broken car parked in your driveway, and you're basically going to have to shell out to pay for it to be repaired yourself, which you couldn't afford to do.
No.
So but then there's been a little ray of light since then, hasn't there?
Yeah, potentially, yeah. I was going through the process with the insurance company, and they were trying to arrange a hire car for me through Enterprise. They have to do their checks. Even for them at Enterprise, they could not find that the vehicle was insured.
Okay.
Even up until a couple of days ago, so we're nearly a month on now, a month and a half on since it happened.
Yeah.
They can't clarify the insurance and then the liability side as well. So he's trying to say that it was my fault. So that's going to have to be a solicitor thing.
Oh, right. So at this point,
it's sort of ongoing.
It's nothing concluded.
Not as such, apart from.
Let's just, before we continue further into this story, let's talk about the damage on the car.
Yeah, of course.
So it's bad, and it's annoying for me to see it because the car was it was perfect, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
It was absolutely perfect.
Absolutely perfect, spotless.
But now you've got it had a damaged bumper, but it looks like the bumper's all right now.
Yeah, I've been involved and been doing loads of stuff with cars for years, and I've been able to buff that out. Luckily, I've got some tools and compounds for polishing.
So the front bumper's all right.
Front bumper's all right.
The wings, without a doubt, unsavable.
That's totaled. There was a big sort of rubber tyre mark here.
Yeah.
Because obviously where the impacts occurred was on the wheel.
Yeah.
So there's a rubber mark there. Luckily I've been able to buff that out.
Yeah.
There is a minuscule dent which you can't even really see.
Okay.
But I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Obviously we've got damage on the door.
The wing mirror's gone.
Wing mirror got completely obliterated, and it's actually damaged the tailgate and right at the back, but I can show you that after.
The front wheel?
Front wheel, this one looks like it's had a small touch on it, but it's the driver's wheel which has taken the main impact.
Oh, because you got shunted into the roundabout, didn't you?
Shunted across into the roundabout.
So there's damage on that side as well?
Damage on that side. The headlight.
Oh, just
a tiny scuff there.
That's annoying.
Really annoying.
I wonder if that's repair.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
Because these are really expensive. These are really, really expensive.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and sand that and see whether I can polish it.
Yeah.
I'll have to go with different grades of sandpaper and compounds and so on and so forth.
Try and save it.
Save that. Arch liner.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Yeah.
The rack ends on the actual suspension. The bottom arm is bent as well. There are a few sill trims clips that are broken.
Yeah.
Obviously the wing mirror's gone completely.
Yeah.
And then the bracketry where the wings bolt onto is bent, but I'm sure I
okay.
can sort that out.
And then the wheels on that, but let's have a look at this
the
side.
wheels on that
Is the body damaged at all on this side?
No, thank goodness.
That's good.
No.
That's
so
good.
got
So it's just the wheels.
Yeah, that wheel there.
Okay.
It's got a big chunk in it.
So you've talked briefly about trying to save that headlight, yeah?
Yes.
Is that because you're trying to save the car? You want to save the car for your own purpose?
Oh, the car's not going anywhere. That's
so you've decided, because you always wanted to keep the car, yeah?
Yeah.
So you still want to keep the car, is that right, yeah?
This is, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it.
Fair play.
I'm keeping it.
So despite this horrific story that you've had, you want to keep the car?
100%.
But then what's the story of the whole insurance situation? Where are you at with that now then?
So the insurance has come back with valuation on the car, what they class it as a retail
value
item, yeah, retail value. They take off 20% off that, and then there's a margin obviously where they would have potentially repaired the car. The company that was doing the assessment on the car say that to do the repairs, because they wouldn't just do the repairs how I'm going to be doing it.
Yeah, of course.
They'd use brand new items. They'd also replace the steering rack.
Okay.
For that rack end.
Yeah.
That in itself is $2,000. It'll be a brand new headlights, wheel hubs, both wheels, both tyres, the wing, the arch liner, the door casing, rear hatch, which I'll show you the mark on it. I mean, there's a tiny dent there.
Oh, what?
So even that would have to have work, and there's a tiny mark there, but that's from when the wing mirror
come off,
got obliterated. There's a couple of marks on the rear spoiler at the back, and again,
they'd have to paint that.
They'd have to paint that. So the costs involved there for labour through an approved motor insurance repairer.
Go on. What's the price? What price are they quoted to?
$12,000.
Really?
Yeah, best part of 12. Just slightly under $12,000. So it was 11,890 something.
So at that point, because of a $12,000 valuation on the repair, and the value of the car being like retail value, I know of this car is about £18,000.
That's right. Yeah.
It's a write-off again, isn't it?
It's a write-off, especially when you consider that for the value of the car, the insurance company take 20% off that straight away.
Off of what, the 18,000?
18 grand, so what's that?
Roughly 15 grand or just shy of that?
Yeah, 15, just shy, 14, 3/4 maybe.
Yeah.
So there isn't enough margin between the almost 12,000 and £2,500 of their valuation to warrant repairing the car.
So the car's now sat on your driveway as a write-off again.
Uneconomical write-off, Category N.
So they've actually categorised it. So it's now Category N, as well as being Category S. But where does that now leave you? So you're now in a position where you've got your car back crashed on your driveway, but you've got no money yet to repair it because the insurance company haven't guaranteed that. Well, but they've got this far, so there must be some.
They have, yeah. They've given me a figure because I've had the car back.
Yeah.
They've given me a figure for a settlement.
Yeah.
So with that money, I'm able to repair the car. And
what a result!
And it's at this point that I need to say a massive thank you to the Hyundai guys in the community on the I30 owners page in the UK. Did a post saying I was after some parts, and somebody tagged me in another post, then commented on my post regarding some wheels, because if the insurance want to replace wheels, they're going to do it for a reason. An Arctic truck has hit this vehicle. Yeah. Can you trust the integrity of the wheels then after that?
Yeah, good
I'm going
point.
to put my family in this.
Yeah. You want it to be right.
You know, for the sake of potentially what would be, a few £100, I'd rather replace it and know that everything's sound and everyone's going to be okay. Yeah. But again, I go back to the community.
Yeah.
I managed to get hold of a couple of wheels, one of which we found out is absolutely pristine and been refurbished. Yeah. For 60 quid.
60 quid for a couple of wheels?
One's been sent off to Wheelmania to be refurbed because I've got good friends there. I've known them for many, many years. Brilliant. They've been able to sort me a price out to do a refurb on that wheel. Yeah. And then a bit of fuel included, so probably a couple £100 for 2 wheels, all in all. What a result. Done, yeah. And that'll be perfect. Yeah. That'll be absolutely perfect.
So the wheels, and then you've got the body damage as well. I think I'm going to come around there because the sunlight's
beautiful, bright winter's day.
Can't really see you. That's the problem there. Yeah. And then, so then we're back to the body of the car.
Yeah, indeed.
You've got to source these parts now.
Yeah, I've been able to source now, in the period where I knew I was getting the car back, to actually come in, a few bits for it. Well, all the bits for it.
What a result! So you sourced all the parts.
Yeah.
And the insurance company, you would have had 2 options. You could have either been paid out.
Could have been paid out.
And then they could have took the car and sent it off to Copart or whatever and resold it.
That's right.
Or you can go through the process that you're going through now, which the light at the end of the tunnel is you buy the car back off them, which is basically what you're intending on doing. Yeah. And then they give you a sum of money to repair the car, yeah?
Yeah, they give me the sum of money, the difference between the valuation of the car as salvage.
In its current state.
Yeah, because they class it now as salvage. It's economically written off. And that lower end value with the 20% off.
So you're going to have a decent amount of money to repair the car. You've begun sourcing the parts. Yeah. Like, what an amazing end of the story. Mate, it's just wicked that you've gone through all of this, and yet that, like, providing the insurance situation all works out well, which is looking like it's going to.
Hopefully, yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. You've now begun sourcing parts. I can see you've got something in the boot there.
Indeed. Yeah,
you've got is it the new door?
Yeah, so like I say, I started looking for a few bits and bobs in the interim period anyway, and this door came up. So this is in performance blue, which is obviously the colour of the car. Yeah. So you've got a new door, wing mirror. Wing mirror's on there.
The wheel's just in this box over here.
Yeah.
I won't show an address if there is one.
Yeah, got the wheel there. Arch liner's just behind there. Brand new arch liner, I got that from Hyundai.
Fair play.
Bottom arm here, again Hyundai part.
What a result.
Yeah, and I've got I couldn't find a wing in time, so I've just got a pattern part for now. Okay. And that would lead on to the next bit of the story.
Next bit of the story. So all these bits are getting bolted on.
Yes.
You've then, the next bit of the story, who have you reached out to?
I've reached out to the one and only. I mean, it had to be, didn't it? Yeah. And I'm sure people are going to be saying in their heads, it's got to be.
Yeah. Dad's at Dark Side. You reached out to Dad's at Dark Side. Because I actually spoke to him. I think he called me after the video went live and said, Cal, has the winner of the car crashed the car? And I said, yeah. And I said, do you know what, Daz? It would be cool if it ended up coming back to you. And so in the meantime, you guys have been in touch with each other. We're actually local to Dark Side where we are now.
I'm not very far from Leicester at all.
Yeah, so And Daz is going to be doing the paintwork for you.
Daz is going to be doing the paintwork. Yeah.
So it's going back to Darkside Body Shop in Leicester to get the paintwork done.
Yeah.
You got your new wheels.
Yeah.
And it's looking like you're going to get your payout from your insurance company.
Yeah.
And the car's going to live to see another day in your hands.
Oh, 100. How could it not?
How could it not?
How could it not? I mean, and there's something else just to add on to that.
Yeah.
The money which I could have taken when I won the competition originally
Yeah.
is less than what the insurance would have offered me. So this isn't about money.
No, I know.
This is not about money at all. I'm not, it's not about money because I could have taken the money and ran. I'm a petrol guy, I'm a petrol head, love my cars, and I want to be able to love this car.
You want to enjoy it.
It's got to be given a chance.
Yeah, I believe.
What a story.
Even on the day when you picked it up, I remember you saying, I really feel like this car deserves to be loved. You literally said that to me.
100%.
And yeah, it's going to be loved. It's going to be loved by you. Well done, Richard, man. Is there anything else you wanted to throw in?
Nah.
You're happy, ain't you?
I'm happy. I'm still happy. I'm happy even though it's damaged because I know it's going to be worth it.
It's going to be worth it.
100%.
If you could update us maybe when the car's done, get some pictures on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
I might show everyone's in progress shots of it now at Darkside before the video goes live. And that's it. Well done, Richard.
Thank you.
Since filming this video, Richard has had all of the relevant body parts replaced on the Hyundai and is now at Darkside Body Shop in Leicester, ready to be painted.
Richard, just quickly before we go.
Yeah.
When the Hyundai's done, are you going to get it done in time for CCD the event 2024? That's the big question.
Yeah, most definitely.
And it's going to be there, yeah?
100%.
So that's the plan. You're definitely going to get it done.
Yeah.
You're going to have it done in time for the car show, yeah?
100%.
Cool.